Video Phantom! Scary stories!
Before we begin, please make sure you visit our Video Phantoms website every day and check out all of the new content and cool stuff we have for you over there. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you won't miss whenever we upload next. With that being said, let's grab your popcorn and enjoy the video.
Remember the day it all began like it was yesterday. The sun was shining brightly as I walked through the familiar halls of Weldon High School, my heart filled with trepidation. My name is Emily Collins, and I was just an ordinary high school girl living in the small town of Crestwood. But my life was about to take a chilling turn. For as long as I could remember, I had been the target of relentless bullying. The taunts, the insults, the endless torment. It had become a daily part of my existence. The bullies, led by a girl named Sarah Mitchell, seemed to take pleasure in making my life a living hell. I often wondered why they singled me out, but I never found an answer. I was just an easy target, a forgotten shadow in a sea of faces. On that fateful day, I had reached my breaking point. The weight of their cruelty had become unbearable, and I couldn't bear the thought of enduring another day. I resolved to confront them, to tell them how much their actions had hurt me, and to beg for mercy. Little did I know that my plea for understanding would set off a chain of events that would shake Crestwood to its core. As the final bell rang, signaling the end of another grueling day, I made my way to the school courtyard. I spotted Sarah and her gang of followers huddled together, laughing and casting glances in my direction. My heart raced as I mustered the courage to approach them. With shaky legs and a trembling voice, I began to speak. "Sarah, please, I can't take it anymore. You have to stop this. You have to stop hurting me," I pleaded, tears streaming down my face. Sarah turned to face me, a cruel smile playing on her lips. "Oh, look who's here, everyone. Little Emily has something to say." The laughter that erupted from the group pierced through me like 1,000 knives. The humiliation and despair swirled within me, threatening to consume my fragile spirit. And then, in a moment of madness, something snapped. I lunged at Sarah, my fists connecting with her face. The shock on her face mirrored the shock I felt in that moment. But the satisfaction I derived from that act of defiance was short-lived. Sarah stumbled backward, her body losing balance as it crashed into a nearby table. A sickening crack echoed through the courtyard, and time seemed to freeze. The color drained from my face as I watched Sarah collapse onto the ground, motionless. Panic surged through me, overriding any rational thought. I rushed to her side, praying for a sign of life, but it was too late. Sarah Mitchell, my tormentor, lay lifeless before me. Fear engulfed me as the gravity of the situation sank in. I had unintentionally taken a life, and I knew there would be consequences. My mind raced, desperately searching for a solution. And then, in a moment of desperation, a wicked thought crept into my mind. I would hide the body. No one would ever know what had happened. The truth would remain buried, just like Sarah. It was a dangerous plan, but it was the only chance I had to escape. Days turned into weeks, and the weight of my secret threatened to suffocate me. Each night I lay awake, tormented by guilt and haunted by the memory of Sarah's lifeless body. But as the days passed, something strange began to happen in Crestwood, something that would change the course of my life forever. It started with whispers. A rumor whispered between classmates, a hushed conversation overheard in the hallways. People began to speak of an otherworldly presence, a vengeful spirit that lurked in the shadows, seeking retribution for a grave injustice. The town buzzed with speculation, and the name Emily Collins became synonymous with the mysterious happenings that plagued Crestwood. At first, I dismissed it as mere gossip, a way for people to explain the unexplainable. But as the incidents grew in frequency and intensity, doubt crept into my mind. Could it be possible that Sarah's spirit was seeking revenge on those who had tormented her? And if so, was I responsible for unleashing this malevolent force upon our town? It started innocently enough. Objects would move on their own, doors would slam shut, and eerie whispers echoed through the empty hallways. People reported seeing shadows flitting past their windows, their imaginations running wild. But as the days wore on, the incidents escalated, taking on a more sinister tone. It was a chilly autumn evening when I first encountered the vengeful spirit face to face. I was walking home from school, my steps quickening in an attempt to escape the biting wind. The streets were deserted, the town shrouded in an eerie silence. As I turned a corner, I caught a glimpse of a figure standing under the flickering streetlight, a figure that sent a shiver down my spine. The figure was cloaked in darkness, a veil of shadows obscuring its features. I hesitated, my heart pounding in my chest, unsure whether to run or confront it. But before I could make a decision, the figure vanished into thin air, leaving me alone in the empty street. From that moment on, I became convinced that Sarah's spirit had returned to seek vengeance on her tormentors. The incidents continued, growing bolder and more terrifying with each passing day. The bullies who had tormented me, who had aided in hiding Sarah's body, were the first to feel her wrath. One by one, they fell victim to inexplicable accidents. Sarah's vengeful spirit seemed to know their deepest fears, exploiting them in cruel and twisted ways. The once cocky and arrogant bullies were reduced to shadows of their former selves, crippled by guilt and consumed by fear. But it wasn't just the bullies who suffered. Innocent townsfolk found themselves caught in the cross, determined to put an end to the relentless torment and find a way to appease Sarah's vengeful spirit. I delved deep into the history of Crestwood. I spent countless hours at the local library, poring over old newspapers and digging through dusty archives, searching for any clue that could unravel the mystery. It was during my research that I stumbled upon a long-forgotten tale, a tragic incident that had occurred decades ago. A young girl named Samantha Turner, much like myself, had suffered from relentless bullying until it drove her to take her own life. The similarities to my own situation were uncanny, and a chilling realization washed over me. Crestwood seemed to be a breeding ground for the pain and anguish of tormented souls trapped between this world and the next. The anguish of both Samantha and Sarah had fused together, feeding off the misery that plagued our town. Their spirits, intertwined by a shared fate, sought solace in vengeance. Armed with this newfound knowledge, I reached out to the only person I believed could help me, Mr. Albertson, an elderly man known for his wisdom and knowledge of the supernatural. Many regarded him as an eccentric, but I was desperate and willing to explore any avenue that could end the haunting. Mr. Albertson listened intently as I relayed my story, the tears of guilt and remorse staining my cheeks. His eyes glimmered with a mixture of empathy and concern. "Emily," he said, his voice laced with compassion, "it seems that you have unwittingly awakened a force beyond our comprehension, but all hope is not lost. There is a way to bring peace to these tormented souls." He revealed an ancient ritual, a ritual that involved confronting the spirits, facing their pain head-on, and offering them a chance at redemption. It was a dangerous endeavor, one that required immense courage and sacrifice, but I was willing to do whatever it took to make amends. Together, we prepared for the ritual, gathering the necessary items and symbols of peace. As the moon reached its zenith, we stood in the heart of Crestwood's abandoned cemetery, surrounded by the forgotten souls of the past. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy, a sense of anticipation mixed with trepidation. With trembling hands, I began the incantation, my voice steady and resolute. The words echoed through the graveyard, reaching the ears of the spirits that lingered within its hallowed ground. Shadows danced along the tombstones, and a gust of wind swept through, as if the spirits themselves were responding to my call. One by one, the apparitions materialized before me. Sarah, Samantha, and countless others who had suffered the same fate. Their eyes held a mixture of anger and sorrow, their spectral forms flickering with ethereal light. "I am here to offer you peace," I spoke, my voice filled with earnestness. "I cannot undo the past, but I seek to make amends. Let us find forgiveness and release." The spirits regarded me with a mixture of skepticism and longing. They had yearned for redemption, for a chance to move on from their pain. As I extended my hand, a collective sigh seemed to ripple through the cemetery, and one by one, the spirits touched my outstretched palm. In that moment, I felt a surge of energy course through me, as if their pain and suffering were passing into my very being. Tears streamed down my face as I shared their burden, embracing their anguish as my own. It was a cathartic release, a merging of souls seeking solace. And then, as quickly as they had appeared, the spirits dissipated into the night, their ethereal forms fading into the darkness. A profound silence settled over the cemetery, broken only by the sound of my own labored breathing. The weight of their pain had been transferred, and now it rested heavily on my shoulders. As I stood there, the realization of what I had just undertaken washed over me. I had willingly taken on the burden of the tormented souls, their anguish now etched into my very being. But there was also a sense of peace, a faint glimmer of hope that perhaps I had managed to bring some measure of redemption to them. Days turned into weeks, and life in Crestwood began to slowly return to normal. The strange occurrences ceased, and the vengeful spirit that had plagued our town faded into memory. The national news moved on to other stories, and I became nothing more than a footnote in the annals of history. However, the burden I carried within me remained. The weight of the spirit's pain and suffering was a constant reminder of the darkness that existed within our town, within the hearts of those who had once tormented me. But I also carried a newfound empathy, a deep understanding of the consequences of cruelty and the importance of forgiveness. In the aftermath of the haunting, a shift occurred within Crestwood. People began to reflect on their actions, realizing the impact their words and deeds could have on others. An atmosphere of compassion and kindness replaced the once toxic environment, and the scars left by the vengeful spirit began to heal. As for me, I chose a different path. Empowered by my experience, I dedicated my life to helping others who had suffered from bullying. I became an advocate, speaking out against the cycle of torment and offering support to those in need. The weight of the spirit's pain had become my purpose, driving me to make a positive impact in the lives of others. The years passed, and the memory of the haunting slowly faded into legend. Crestwood became a town known for its resilience, its transformation from a place of torment to one of compassion. The tale of the vengeful spirit and the girl who had taken on the weight of their pain became a cautionary tale, a reminder of the consequences of our actions. And as for me, I carry the scars of that fateful time with me, a constant reminder of the darkness that exists within the human soul. But I also carry the hope that one act of courage, one act of empathy, can ignite a chain reaction of change and bring light to even the darkest of places. So I continue my journey, sharing my story, and spreading the message of kindness and understanding. Because in the end, it is through compassion and forgiveness that we can truly find redemption and break free from the chains of our past. Years have passed since the haunting of Crestwood, and the impact of that harrowing time still resonates within me. It has shaped the person I've become and the path I continue to walk. The weight of the spirit's pain, though heavy, has fueled my unwavering commitment to creating a world where empathy prevails over cruelty. I established the Emily Collins Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to eradicating bullying and promoting mental health awareness in schools. Through workshops, counseling programs, and community initiatives, we strive to create safe spaces for students to express themselves and find support. Crestwood, once known for its dark past, now stands as a beacon of hope and resilience. The transformation of the town from a place of torment to a community of compassion has garnered national recognition. People visit Crestwood not to gawk at the sensationalized story, but to witness firsthand the power of forgiveness and redemption. The bullies who once tormented me and aided in concealing Sarah's tragic end have also undergone their own journey of introspection and growth. Many have reached out to express remorse and seek forgiveness. It is through genuine acts of remorse and the willingness to change that I have found the strength to forgive. Forgiveness, I have come to understand, is not a sign of weakness, but an act of liberation. In the wake of the haunting, Crestwood's school curriculum underwent a transformation. Anti-bullying campaigns were implemented, emphasizing empathy, inclusivity, and the importance of speaking up against injustice. The town's educators became champions of change, creating an environment that nurtured emotional well-being and kindness. While the haunting itself may have faded into legend, the lessons learned remain etched in the collective memory of Crestwood. The haunting serves as a constant reminder of the enduring consequences of our actions and the power we possess to shape the lives of others. As I reflect on my own journey, I realize that I am not defined by the tragedy that unfolded, but by the strength I found within myself to confront it. I have discovered my purpose, to be a voice for the voiceless, a source of inspiration for those who have felt the sting of bullying, and a catalyst for positive change in our society. Today, I stand on the stage of a TED Talk, sharing my story with the world. The audience listens intently, captivated by the tale of a small town haunted by its own shadows and the girl who dared to confront them. It is a story of resilience, redemption, and the transformative power of compassion. But my mission does not end here. The haunting of Crestwood serves as a reminder that the fight against bullying and the promotion of empathy is an ongoing battle. It is a battle that requires continuous effort, unwavering dedication, and a commitment to creating a world where no one feels alone, unheard, or marginalized. As the applause fills the auditorium, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude for the strength that carried me through the darkest of times, for the support of those who believed in me, and for the opportunity to make a lasting impact. And as the curtain falls on the stage, I step forward into the light, ready to continue my journey, to spread the message of compassion, and to forge a legacy that transcends the haunting shadows of the past. Together, we can create a world where no one lives in fear, where every voice is heard, and where the power of forgiveness can heal even the deepest wounds. Years have turned into decades, and the story of Crestwood's haunting has become a tale passed down from generation to generation. It has become part of the town's fabric, a reminder of the transformative power of forgiveness and the enduring legacy of compassion. The Emily Collins Foundation thrives, its impact reaching far beyond the boundaries of Crestwood. It has become a national organization, advocating for change in schools and communities across the country. Through educational programs, awareness campaigns, and support networks, the foundation continues to empower those affected by bullying, offering them hope and a voice. In Crestwood, the scars of the haunting have not faded, but they have been transformed into symbols of strength and resilience. The cemetery, once a place of darkness and sorrow, has been transformed into a memorial garden, a serene sanctuary where the memory of Sarah, Samantha, and all those who suffered is honored and remembered. The town has embraced its legacy, hosting an annual Day of Compassion to commemorate the transformation that took place. On this day, people from all walks of life come together, sharing their stories, supporting one another, and pledging to create a world where empathy triumphs over cruelty. I have grown old, my hair now streaked with gray, but my commitment to the cause remains unwavering. I have witnessed the power of forgiveness, the ripple effect it creates, and the healing it brings. The weight of the spirit's pain still resides within me, a constant reminder of the responsibility I bear. As I walk through the streets of Crestwood, I am greeted by familiar faces, the children and grandchildren of those who lived through the haunting. They approach me with gratitude and admiration, sharing stories of how their lives were touched by the foundation's work and the message of empathy it spreads. In the twilight of my life, I find solace in knowing that the haunting of Crestwood was not in vain. It ignited a spark of change that continues to burn brightly, a flame of compassion that refuses to be extinguished. The legacy I leave behind is not one of fear and darkness, but one of redemption and hope. As the sun sets over Crestwood, casting a golden glow upon the town, I stand at the edge of the memorial garden, looking out at the tranquil scene. The whispering breeze carries with it the voices of the past, a gentle reminder that our actions, both good and bad, echo throughout time. The haunting of Crestwood taught us that the wounds inflicted by bullying are deep and enduring, but it also showed us that the power of compassion is equally profound. It taught us that redemption is possible, even in the face of great darkness, and that forgiveness can heal even the most shattered souls. And so, as the town of Crestwood continues to thrive, its spirit forever changed by the events that unfolded, I take solace in knowing that the echo of redemption will continue to resonate, guiding future generations towards a brighter, kinder world. For in the end, it is not the ghostly apparitions or the sensational headlines that define us. It is the choices we make, the compassion we show, and the legacy we leave behind. And in Crestwood, the haunting has become a testament to the enduring power of love, forgiveness, and the indomitable human spirit.
Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy Quan318. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to grow. And guys, if you really enjoyed the video, please give it a share on social media, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you guys be hanging out at the most. It really helps, and I appreciate it, guys. Also, my goal is to reach at least 1 million loyal subscribers over the next 5 years. Guys, I'm going to give it everything I got and go hard as I can. And hopefully it pays off for me, guys. And y'all going to be a big part of that. And as I grow, you guys will be rewarded for a lot of stuff for helping me participating. And as just a token of my appreciation, guys, it's the least I can do. Also, guys, make sure you go down in the video description and click the links. Visit all my websites. I done put hella work into these websites, man. Getting them built up, jam-packed with content just for you guys. You know, we got videos. We got the hottest trending offers online. I'm talking about everything, guys. Everything from education, teaching you how to make $1,000 a day online. Like, man, guys, everything that you can think of is on there. So, guys, make sure you go over there, check it out. Click links, watch videos, do your thing, man. I really want you guys to enjoy. I worked hard on it, and I want you guys to really enjoy it, man. So, yeah. Also, guys, while you're down there in the description, make sure you go and check out my other channels. I got links to all of them down below. I worked hard on these channels, guys. I worked hard on my websites. I worked hard on everything for you guys. Make sure you join my Facebook groups. I got Facebook groups set up for every channel that I got, guys. I'm trying to go global, man. You feel me? It's the family, man. This Rich Funnels, man. I want y'all to be part of Rich Funnels. Y'all part of the family, man. This a mafia, you feel me? Going worldwide with this shit. But anyway, man, love you guys. Y'all be blessed, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.